Thanks for staying with us. The program is still Breakfast Weekend, and we are on to another segment. And on this segment, we are going to be taking a look at an integral part of the Yoruba culture, which is fashion. And then we have the Aso-Ofi, which is a brand of material that the Yorubas use. We're going to be talking about it because we have a new line of business that is breaking out in that regard, and we have someone in the studio with us who is into that business, and she's going to be telling us more about what the business has afforded her in the recent times, and how she went about it. Her name is Jokela Sisi, and she's the CEO of Joke Links. It's good to have you on the show this morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, starting off, is there a difference between Aso-Oke and Aso-Ofi?
Well, there's no difference.
Okay.
Aso-Ofi, that's what they really call it before, but because of the place Ilu-Oke, like where they use Aso-Oke.
Okay.
So people started calling it Aso-Oke, Ilu-Oke. So that was why Aso-Oke came into being.
But it's actually Aso-Ofi.
So Aso-Ofi is the material itself.
Now, Aso-Ofi is generally a gele thing, and a kwele or agbada or iru and buba. But you're spotting something like a danshiki here, or I don't know if it's just a top, and it's looking really beautiful.
Thank you.
What's that about?
Well, Aso-Oke is not just about, before people always think that it's for occasion, when they want to get married and stuff like that. But I believe that after making some research, I discovered that some materials can actually be used for normal wears, not just for only gele, agbada, and likes like that. So that has helped me to know the kind of some textures that we can use for some purposes. Like for instance, I made some Aso-Oke for some people in Michigan, USA. They have a textile company, so they are into interiors. So they make them for table covers, throw pillows, and the kind of fabrics that we use for that one is even different, entirely different. It was a new project.
But it's still the same Aso-Ofi.
Even if you see it, you wouldn't know that it's Aso-Ofi. Okay. Because of the wool, the thread that we use.
Okay.
The thread is different completely. It's not something that I even thought that it would be. I never thought, when I checked it, I thought it was not going to be possible to make. But eventually I was able to make it, and it came out very nice. Because the thread, you not even believe, number one, is made in Nigeria. That particular thread. Okay. And by the time I did research on it, on that one and the ones that we usually buy, those ones, when you burn it, they're not really, the flames that are coming out from there are not really all this dark. So I would say that it's eco-friendly, like it's not like all this. Yes.
Why do we need to burn it in the first place? Why are we burning?
I was actually checking it. I was checking the
quality.
Let's say the chemical in
the fabric.
Yes. In the not
in
fabrics,
the thread.
No. The thread, yes.
Okay.
So when I now burn it, I now discovered that the flame that was coming out of the Nigerian made wool, those threads, they are very light, like ash color. It wasn't really like the petroleum in the ones that we import. Those ones were coming out like it's like you are burning tires.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, I understand that this is a thriving business for you. By the time you went into it, Aso-Ofi was mainly for occasions and for older people. Were you convinced in your heart that let me go into this thing, or they don't have a choice, they'll buy it? Maybe one Baba did it for you. Don't worry, it will happen. How were you able to get it running, basically?
Well, I was born into Aso-Oke business.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that I just came across one day. I just started like, okay, let me go and learn Aso-Oke. That has been something that I've been weaving. I've been weaving Aso-Oke now since 1995. Weaving very well.
Okay.
How old were you then?
I was 9 years old then.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, but when you diversified into this particular, way or style, how was it? Was it accepted, or you struggled with it at the beginning in terms of acceptability from people?
Thank God for social media and everything now. Most of the time I model it on myself first.
Okay.
So any idea that just came across like that comes to my mind, I just try to do it and wear it first, and people started like, can I get this on? I just put them on my social media pages on my
Okay.
handles so that for people to see. I just ask them for their opinion. Do you think? Do you like this idea? Okay, A or B. Sometimes I use two, then I just put the pictures. Which one would you prefer? And the next thing I just start saying is how much? Okay, how much? How much is this? How much can we get it? How can I get it in Gambia? How can I get it in Ghana? Like different, like yes. So and people started getting, people accept new things if you if you actually if you let them see the importance of using it. You let them realize that it is something that will bring we're trying to promote our culture, and by the time you let them realize that, by the time they see it on you that it's not bad, it's promoting culture and it's bringing out our own style to like new style, not something that people have been using, and this is another new thing, a new idea, it's a whole.
So like bridging the gap between the old and then the 21st century.
Yes, the modern, yes.
We have the material,
yes,
and then we have the style.
Exactly.
Okay. Now looking at it, who has been from the level of patronage you've had, do you think is it more of the females or the males or both?
Well, he's more females.
Why do you think that is?
Okay, number one, so the people that patronize, I would say that when it comes to occasion and everything, women are more. Would I say that we like fashion, like, and we know fashion, and God has designed us that way, yes. Okay. And aside that, again, when I look at anytime I post something online, I look at the demographic, I look at people that actually look at the posts, and
the engagement.
The engagement. Then I realize that there are more women, the age group. And I realize that more youths.
But the men also have what they use. I mean, they have their own style that they use it for. Yes. What are these male styles you've seen?
We do agbada for them.
Apart from agbada, I'm talking about something.
Okay, like
can the guy get
something contemporary?
It's shirts
we do
like
danshiki tops now that people now use.
Okay.
Even we put African logo on it.
Wow.
Okay.
People, yes, a lot of people are really buying into that.
Wow.
Now, because it's more of older people, even for the wedding and the rest, do you cater to the older people as well? Do they come to you, or they prefer or trust to go to an older weaver, or how does that work?
Okay. Like I always said, people always think that this Aso-Oke business is for old people that does it, but it is not.
You're about the only young Aso-Ofi maker I know.
Do you know why we think it's old people's occupation or something? Why? It is not, because those people today, when they learned, they were actually young. It's because people are not really going into it again.
Okay.
Like I was telling Director General Textile Industry in Nigeria, we were talking about how we can help make this thing attractive to young people as well. Like photography, like makeups, that people can be learning the work too. So the things that we can do to promote it, to make it attractive as well, because it's not old people's job.
What are some of the things you think people, can be put in place that will make people be interested in weaving?
Well, the things that I think that you can put in place is making it more. Will I say they should get more of government should help in getting the export ready markets. If people see that there's money in it and it's more lucrative, and people will definitely go into it. The only thing people are really going into now is these bridal stores, and most of them don't weave it. Like now we have a weaving school. Okay. We train people how to weave Aso-Oke.
So do we have a lot of people interested in it?
A lot of people have been calling on phone. I got your number on Instagram, I got you on Facebook, because
and they've been coming.
Yes, but most of them yes, some are coming, but some are having this distance, the challenges. Yes, that they cannot come. They stay in Lagos, they stay in Abuja, they stay in Port Harcourt, and now that's what we've come out with. We've come with this project now. We're starting next year by January, because we'll be starting online training.
I was going to ask, is it possible to actually learn weaving online?
Online,
how do you intend to achieve that?
Yes, online, and they have to be coming once in a month.
Down to Ibadan.
Yes.
Okay, which could be on schedule. You can schedule that.
Yes. Okay. On the day of their choice. So that is what we try. started doing it.
Well, that has been Joke Lasisi. We don't have so much time, unfortunately. We've been speaking with Joke Lasisi on the Aso-Ofi business. It's a trend that I think more people need to, really get into. We need to keep our culture. It's an integral part of our culture to weave.
It is.
One of the things. One of our major occupations.
Yeah, it's even one of even the fabric in itself. It's the way of projecting our culture to the outside world. When you wear it outside, people appreciate and they can easily identify where you're coming from. So it's also a way of projecting our image to the outside world.
Well, that has been the package today on Breakfast Weekend. I'm sure you enjoyed the menu. Do join us next week on another insightful and deeply entertaining program. My name remains Ayo Jurojaye. Happy New Year in advance.
And my name is Kenny Oriri, of course. And it's good to know that we've had a wonderful 2018, whatever it is. Appreciate God for the gift of life, which is the most important thing. And trust me, 2019 will be better.
Definitely.
See you next year.
See you on the other side.